So this week I'm going to be taking a look at May's Comic Bento box. Comic Bento is a monthly subscription service very similar to Loot Crate, where you get a random heap of goods at your door every month. In this case, it's going to be graphic novels and comic books. So full disclosure, Comic Bento is run by Blind Fart Entertainment. A couple of those guys are my friends. Just want to put that out there. I was a little hesitant about signing up for Comic Bento, just because when it comes to comic books, I'm used to picking the series that I'm going to read. However, there are just a ton of different comics out there, and you're never going to get to them all, and it becomes very easy to sort of fall into a very small comfort zone with with your reading. And so I started to look at Comic Bento as a way to broaden your horizons. Very simply and inexpensively receive a bunch of different comics that maybe you wouldn't have taken a look at otherwise, and sort of see what else is out there. So the subscription is about $20 a month, give or take. Every month you're going to receive a box like this. It's very colorful. You'll have no questions about what's just shown up on your doorstep. And inside you'll have a random assortment of what I actually, to be honest, when I signed up, I thought it was comic books, but it's actually graphic novels. Right now I'm going to be reviewing May, but for a $20 subscription fee, cover price on these 5 graphic novels is about $90, so it's a pretty good value. Similar to Loot Crate, each month comes with a theme, and so you'll get a handful of books that have been hand-picked to fit that particular theme. May's theme was cinematic, so it's it's a box full of cinematic tie-in comic books. So I'm going to go through one by one and talk a little bit about what came in May's box. So first up, we have one of the 2 Avengers Prelude comics, Black Widow Strikes. Nick Fury did also get a very short Prelude comic series, which basically explains what took place between Iron Man 2 and the Avengers. So I was pretty excited about this. I mean, I love all things Marvel. I love the cinematic universe. I think Black Widow is an awesome character, especially her incarnation in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I was thrilled to read more about what she was getting up to in between the movies. Speaking to the comic itself, I typically really dislike when comic books use real-life photos. Like, I remember as a kid that some comics would do that as well. And I just thought it felt cheap to me, that they put like a still from a television show or a movie on the cover rather than drawing artwork that matched what you were going to find inside the book. But again, that was a minor gripe. Overall, a pretty decent story. It tells about what Natasha got up to in Russia, which is where we meet up with her at the beginning of the Avengers. So a pretty decent little story there. Next, we come to what is for me the highlight of this box, and that is 2 Green Hornet graphic novels. Now, I have never been into the Green Hornet. I saw the Seth Rogen movie. That did nothing to help the situation. So when I first saw these in here, I was like, oh, okay, Green Hornet, not really into him. However, these are actually the graphic novels that were written by Kevin Smith, based off of a script that he wrote for a movie that was supposed to happen way before the Seth Rogen movie. It got canned and never happened, so his script sat in a drawer. Eventually, they decided to turn that script into a comic book series. So I read through these, and I have to say, for the first time, I was actually interested in the Green Hornet. Like it was the script was great, the art was fantastic through both of these books. I mean, consistently well done. So that was a really pleasant surprise for me that you got not only 2 parts of the Green Hornet graphic novels here, but that they were great. I mean, for the first time, I felt like this was a hero that I could get into. And following that up will be the one dud of the box for me, and that is a prequel to Star Trek Into Darkness. I am just not a huge Star Trek fan, unfortunately. I dug the first reboot movie. Into Darkness, not quite so much. And so, I mean, it was a decent prequel, but again, it's not kind of subject matter that got me all that excited. It's basically a story that happens before a story that I didn't think was that great. The book is written by Robert Orci, who is one of the co-writers on Into Darkness, so at least there's a decent continuity there. And I will say the artwork through the book is pretty great. The likenesses to the actors in the film are really good, which is not something I could say about that Black Widow trade. I mean, Black Widow did not look like, in that book, did not look like Scarlett Johansson at all. And last but not least, we have a Predator trade paperback. In high school, I got really into Aliens and Predator and Aliens vs. Predator. I read some of those novels, and I really enjoyed that whole universe. So while I wouldn't rank this as one of the best Predator stories I've ever read, I can never get enough of watching a bunch of humans face off against one of the galaxy's greatest hunters. So in that respect, I mean, it was entertaining at least, and again, you know, included in this box, it was a great value. The comics come packaged well in their box. None of mine were damaged. They also come with like a little card that'll tell you a little bit about the month's theme, as well as all of the individual issues that were included in your box, give you a little bit of background about that. And like I said, if you approach Comic Bento, you know, more like an opportunity to broaden your horizons, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I'm sure that you'll find some books in there that you would have overlooked otherwise, and I definitely see the value when you place the subscription cost against the amount of product you receive.